Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
Now, this week's episode of The Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Bevel. Start shaving smarter with the first and only shaving system designed for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. We see y'all in our mentions on The Brilliant Idiots Twitter. Order your Bevel razor today by going to getbevel.com and using promo code IDIOTS to get 20% off your first month. That's GETBEVEL.com. Now, let's start the show.
Yo, first of all, thank you guys so much for coming out to the shows in Amsterdam and London. That shit was so dope. It's crazy to see fans coming out internationally and having these same conversations with them in person. And just, I mean, that's the best. I got some shows coming up this weekend. I'm going to be Friday. I'm going to be in Long Island, Strong Island. I'm going to be at the Brokerage in Belmore, New York. I'm going to be there 8-12, August 12th. All right. And then Sunday, I'm going to be in Baltimore, Bmore, 8-14. That is Sunday the 14th. I'm going to be there. So make sure you guys check that out. And yeah, and we got some shows coming up for the fall. I'll announce the fall tour in the near future. But right now, I want you guys to check those two dates out. Make sure you come out. Tell your people. Tell your friends. And thank you guys so much for supporting the live shows, especially my stand-up, man. That's what I love to do. Also, August 27th, you know that Brilliant Idiots Columbus, Ohio, we're doing it. Tickets are available at idiotslive.brownpapertickets.com. And then, of course, we're going to be in Anaheim for the Now Hear This Fest. Make sure you cop tickets for that as well. Appreciate you guys so much. Now back to the show. All right, man. Speak on it.
What happened?
Speak on it.
What?
Man, come on.
What happened?
I wake up, I got all these mentions. I don't know if I woke up, but I'm in Europe, and I get all these mentions. Like, yo, you got to talk about your boy. What's your boy doing? Taking pictures with Drake.
Yo, I ain't getting none of that. You know why?
Why is that?
Because my fucking phone at probably like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, because I flew to Chicago right after the Drake show.
Yeah.
I flew to Chicago. I was at the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's farm. And when you turn your phone off to get on the plane. And when I landed to turn it back on, I got like 2 text messages. And both of them was like about Drake. One was from Duval, and then one was from some I think Dolly, somebody. But Duval sent me a text like, boy, they make it too easy for you now. And as soon as I read it, my phone went dead. When I turned my phone back on, I couldn't receive no text. I couldn't send out any text. I couldn't dial. I could dial out, but nobody could call me. And then my social media, I could look at it. So my mentions was crazy, but I couldn't respond to nothing.
Right.
So I had to go get a whole new phone and got my whole phone erased.
Okay, so
the whole next day, which is usually the best part.
Right. Well, you get.
That's when you really get to see what people are saying. I didn't get to see none of that, and I wasn't on the radio.
You couldn't wear your outfit to school, your first day outfit
Absolutely.
to school. Okay, so take us through it. What happens? What happens night of? Does he ask you to come to the show?
Yeah,
What's the whole situation?
Yeah, but people, we got such short-term memories. They forget when he sent me the bottles last year. He sent it with a card that said, "Let's be friends."
Yep.
But both of us are busy, so we never had a chance to communicate. I had no communication with him. So, last week I noticed that he's doing his 4 sold-out dates at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, this guy's got 4 sold-out dates at Madison Square Garden. Let me return the favor.
Yeah.
So me and my lovely assistant Paige, we go through the city, pick up some Ace of Spades bottles, and we sent 6 Ace of Spades bottles to Drake, at his hotel.
Yeah.
So then that's when the communication started. And he was like, yo, come to my show Monday. And I'm
what was the note that you left? Still friends?
Nah. The note, I put a note. I had a note.
What did you put in the note?
Note said,
some Maya Angelou quote.
The note said.
Tell us what the note said for real.
The note said, enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Really?
The note said. Yeah.
Enemy of my enemy. No, sorry, Matt. Yeah. Sorry, Matt. Matt Rad's trying to come in. Yeah.
That's what it said. Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Okay, so the enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Yep.
And why did you put that? Who is your enemy that you're referring to?
Listen, man. People can connect the dots. You know what I mean? But that's just a good saying that I thought was appropriate for the moment.
Oh, I've just connected the dots.
Yeah, and then I sent him that, and he was like, "Yo, come to my show on Monday." So I went to the show, but I mean, prior to that, we both have a mutual friend, 2 mutual friends actually, who've been wanting us to sit down and connect. And it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Plus, I was happy I went to the show. I'm not a Drake fan of his singing by any means. I love when he raps. But hip-hop's never seen nothing like Drake, bro.
In terms of?
In terms of...
fanfare?
In terms of diversity of fan base.
Okay.
Okay, because it go from the hoodest of dudes in there smoking weed to freaking people with turbans on and dots on their head to white Italian kids, mad chicks. And I don't like none of the beige ballads. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's a couple of them I like depending on the setting.
Right.
But when you see him perform those beige ballads and how those women react, you see why he does it. And he can go in and out of that. So he'll go from playing 4 slow songs where he's singing to something hardcore rapping.
Right.
It was a dope show. He brought out Dipset. He brought out Fat Joe and Remy Ma. He had a 3-hour show, bro.
Okay.
A 3-hour show. And Future only does like 20 minutes.
So Future's really the opener.
Future comes out in the middle.
Wait, what?
Future comes out in the middle. Drake starts the show off, goes for like 40 minutes, then brings Future out, then comes back for another 40 minutes. Listen, man.
So is Future kind of sunned in this tour a little bit?
I'm not going to say son, but it's not like Future's not necessary.
Because it was marketed as Drake and Future.
Yeah, no. Future's not. I mean, I like Future, but he's not necessary for this show. I didn't realize how many hits the kid Drake got, bro.
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize that. Like
it's not until you go to like a Jay-Z concert where you realize, holy shit, I know a lot of this dude's songs.
I mean, I know a lot of Jay songs, but think about Jay, like I can go to a B-side show like I did last year for Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Those are B-sides records. Of course we know those.
Yeah,
This is a 13, Jay's got what, 13, 14 albums. This is a damn near 20-year career.
Yeah.
Drake's only been here since what, 2009?
I don't know.
2010?
Yeah.
I was really impressed.
Really?
Kid got a 2.5 hour, 3-hour show. And it's just like, yo, even if you don't like his slow songs, you got to respect him as an artist. He puts on a great show.
I didn't understand, because a lot of people were like, yo, you got to get at your boy. You got to get at your boy for this picture. I didn't understand.
Listen, you can't expect Pokemon Go players to understand chess moves. That's just that simple. That's why it's hilarious to me. You can't expect Pokemon Go players to understand chess moves.
No, I understand there is something strategic, with what you're doing, but I just don't understand why it is that you can't go to the show. I don't understand why it affects you. As far as I'm understanding, you've criticized his music.
Absolutely.
Now, if he wants you to come to his show after criticizing his music, that's on him, not you. Yeah. Now, if you had birthday parties or something to promote and you wanted Drake to help you with something, then I could see people being critical of you because, like, hold on, you're going to shit on this person's music, but all of a sudden you want him to perform at your party so you can sell tickets.
Absolutely.
So if anything, I would see the critique on Drake's side, which is you just going to let this dude talk shit and then still invite him to your show. But for me, I look at a situation like that and go, that's pretty confident that you could let someone have an opinion about your art and still manage to engage with him peacefully.
And they act like it's not mutual. Like, yo, what do you want us to do? Beef forever? You know what I'm saying? Like Drake thought I've been in Houston and came to the club looking for me with goons. That's what y'all want? Y'all want to you know what I'm saying? I've seen him in Kanye West show, and we've walked to the back and seen him and his dudes and wax ready for whatever. And I'm like, no, we going over here. Like, what we going to do? Fight over an opinion? You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with actually having a conversation?
Well, that's what we say all the time on this show, right? Why can't we disagree?
Why can't we have a conversation and peace up? And the funny thing is,
not like your music.
Nobody knows what we talked about. For all y'all know, we could have been having a conversation about everything.
What was the laugh
said.
about? Let's talk about the laugh. What was the laugh about?
What was the laugh about? The laugh was just funny that we was actually communicating with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as we walked in, that's what we did. I dapped him up and we laughed. Like, this is weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we just had a conversation. The laugh was just like, yo, man,
how were those green room hoes?
There was nobody in there.
Man, come on.
He was in there by himself.
Come on.
Drake was in. Listen, hold up. Let's be clear about something.
Come on.
Drake is really Drake, bro.
What you mean by that?
When we walked in that room, the room just looked so comfortable. Like, it looked like you could just lay down.
Give this man some pussy, bro.
It looked like you could lay down anywhere in this room and take a nap at any moment. It was dimly lit. It was incense burning. Not only was it incense in the room, it was incense in the hallway leading up to his room.
He's warming you up to the room. You fucking walk through the hallway. This guy's gonna get this butt.
I'm like, yo, Drake is really Drake.
But shit, and no hoes in the room, no Bernices.
Nah, he was by himself.
Wow.
He was by himself.
And is Future allowed in the room?
But he got his own room.
But can he come into the room for like a short period of time and then he has to leave?
I don't know.
No.
I have no idea. I just know he was in there by himself.
All right. So you guys have this moment. Internet goes wild.
Like I knew they would.
So you predicted it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't want. At first, I was like, I don't even know if we should take a picture.
Really?
Nah.
Did he ask for the pic or did you?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You did. Paige, get on the mic, baby. Get on the mic.
I don't remember.
Can you give her that chair, Greg?
I took Paige I was like, Paige, come get a pic, because I know Paige is a big fan. Her and you know, Taylor's our producer.
Yeah.
So I took a picture for them.
Yeah, he made us take a picture with him, and then they were kind of sitting around, and he was like, I don't even know if we should take a picture. Drake said that, and he was like, nah, we should. And then they took a picture.
So Charmaine said, nah, we should.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was mutual.
I don't remember.
Fucking fan. No,
hey, man.
He suggested it, though.
Listen, man. Hey, like I said, you can't expect Pokemon Go players to understand.
You have to do it. I think it's the right move.
But it was hilarious to me that people nobody wants to see nobody happy.
Yeah, of course
like,
not.
It's like the funniest comments is like, look at Charlamagne with his mouth all wide open like he ready to suck some dick.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And if you were upset, you'd be like, look at Charlamagne acting pretend upset like he really don't want to suck some dick. Yeah. No matter what it is, you want to suck his dick.
Like he just want to suck some dick.
Exactly.
Like, look at Charlamagne drinking a bottle of Drake champagne. How the fuck you know I ain't buy the champagne?
I didn't know that.
I did it, but goddamn. I didn't buy that one that was in there. I didn't buy those big-ass Magnum bottles. But shit, I sent them some bottles this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I reciprocated the favor. You know what I mean? God damn. Motherfuckers like, Charlamagne, just sell out for some bottles. I really don't know what people want. Like, I don't know what you want me to just beef with this guy forever? Mm-hmm. Like, after a while, it sounds like hating, bro. Like, when they sent me those reference tracks last year.
Not if you're consistent, but go on.
No, let me tell you why.
Yep.
When they sent me those reference tracks last year, the Drake reference tracks, they sent them to me before anybody. Yeah. The reason they sent them to me, because they said, Charlamagne doesn't like Drake. He's going to go in with these. But when I get reference tracks, I'm saying to myself, all right, I don't hate this dude this much. Okay, I got an opinion about his music, but me just playing the reference tracks just seems like hate. And plus, it took me back to the Floyd Mayweather situation when I played the audio of Floyd Mayweather reading. It's like, I didn't feel good after I did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't no reason. It's nobody ran down on me.
Yeah.
Nobody at the radio station got mad at me. There was nothing like that. I just felt bad as a human being. Like, man, that was kind of cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I felt when I got the reference tracks.
That's good that you can admit that about yourself.
Of course. I'm like, that would feel cheap. Like, it's like I don't hate this man to want to destroy his livelihood. I just got an opinion about his music. I don't like when the guy sings. You know what I mean? I say it's 3 sexual orientations. It's gay, straight, and Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have a...
Which were you feeling when you were breathing in that incense?
Oh, you feel very Drake. You feel very Drake in the presence of Drake. Like,
it's some Prince shit?
Nah, it ain't that much. It ain't.
You ain't gonna give him no butt.
Nah, but you know, it's as a
can't believe he had no hose in the green room,
as somebody who is a, I guess,
you know what?
We're considered talents, right?
Of course we're considered talents.
When you see somebody rock a stage for 3 hours shows, we do Brilliant Idiots live.
Brother, you don't got to convince me.
No, this guy rocked for 3 hours, and there was never a dull moment.
And as far as I'm concerned, from pictures and from people snapping and shit like that, it looks like he's up there more or less alone.
Always. Well, okay. Yes, majority of the show he's by himself.
Yeah.
He brings out Future after him, and Future do like 2 songs.
Even that, like, there's no... dancers in the background.
None.
Like, you can create...
Future had dancers.
Of course he did.
Drake had none.
Future is a boring performer. I don't know if you've seen Future perform before, but he is mind-bogglingly boring. I like his music. Yeah. I'm really into his music, but it is like mind-numbing.
Yeah, I can see why you say
how boring he is. So I think he needs a distraction. You know, like there's some singers, they're just not that good at singing, right? So you need something else going on in the background to distract you and keep your senses occupied. But from what I saw, and I can only relate this to Ed Sheeran, I saw Sheeran at the Garden.
Beast.
Just him and the guitar.
Beast.
Not even a band.
Beast. Ed's a beast. I seen that. Ed's a beast.
Unbelievable.
He's a beast.
Unbelievable.
He's a beast.
So it was Drake. Drake was on that kind of level.
Yeah, I mean, that's what concerts do. Concerts either give you, concerts either make you dislike an artist.
Oh, yeah, or love him.
Or stay the same, or you have a new respect for him. Have a new respect for what Drake does.
So what is engaging about the live show that we don't get through just the regular music?
For me, I guess it was the impact on the music. Because, I mean, for me, I'm not a fan of Drake's music. I'm not a fan of his slow songs. I like when he raps. Yeah. But I'm not a fan of his slow songs. But just, you know, for me, it was the overall impact of the music.
Sometimes
it's one thing in the club, but in the stadium, when you're people like he's cutting records and people are singing shit word for word. Or when he did Just Hold On, I'm Coming Home. The way he set that shit up was incredible because he was like, yo, I love being here in New York. It makes me feel like home. He was like, yo, you know what? I want to see all y'all faces. I need to come out there and see all y'all faces. So he gets in this little machine and floats around the venue.
On some Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah, while the song is Just Hold On. He ain't even singing.
Shit.
The whole fucking crowd is singing this shit. And he's just looking. And every now and then he'll go just do the harmony. And I'm like, wow. And then what else impressed me was the length of the show. Yeah. Because I'm like, all right, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah. So I'm like, Paige, you came in Friday. When's this shit over? She's like, probably around midnight. I'm like, there's no way. She started at 9:20.
Yeah.
9:20
people are standing too. Let's keep it real.
Yes.
That's a long time to stand for.
So
and girls are wearing heels to this show because they think they're gonna get fucked.
So he brings out around 11:45. He brings out 11:40. He brings out J. Cole.
Oh, cool.
J. Cole kills it, crushes the Garden. Right. So I'm like, okay, this got to be it. He goes, y'all want it to be over? He goes another 15 minutes. I'm like, what else could he do? Running through the six with my woes, kills energy, kills. Like he just got records. Like I just don't know how to. You got to go see it. I don't know how to describe it. He got this one part of the show where he does. You know, I should sign the Hit Boy because I got all the hits, boy. Yeah, and it's just all his features and hooks. That shit is 20 minutes. It's just his features and hooks.
Oh, in a row after
song.
that.
Yeah, it's just his features and hooks. That's 20 fucking minutes. Like, guys got a great show, man. I mean, it was a great show overall. I mean, that was the last night in the Garden, so you had elements like the Dipset come out and Fat Joe and Remy Ma, T.I. came out.
Wait, Dipset came out?
Yes.
And what did they perform?
Yo, you know what's so fucked up, and I didn't realize this till today?
What's that?
Cameron and Joel Santana came out. Jim Jones was in the crowd watching the show.
As a fan?
As a fucking fan.
No.
I did not know. I had no idea. I thought somebody made that up.
Why, are Cam and Jones not cool?
I mean, they got like issues. Like
but I thought they're cool again.
I thought they were cool too, but they got issues. But Cam explained it on This Is 50. Right. He was like, yo, Drake hit Joel's hit me. They come perform. Now, granted, the songs they performed, Jim wasn't on. Okay. But come on, bro.
Yeah, bring him on stage.
God damn, where Jim and Freaky at for that matter?
I mean, I fuck with Cam. So that's cool to see that going on. I'll be honest, it's cool to see rappers you respect someone new.
The Garden went crazy for Cameron.
Yeah, but that's, come on, it's Camp City.
No. Different era. The thing is, I thought about this that night. The reason they go crazy for Cam, because if you're 26, 27, 28, you was a kid at probably the height of Dipset. You was 15, 16. Yeah. You was really just into them.
Shit, I think we were kids at the height of Dipset.
I was like, let me see, 2000.
Or maybe I'm a little bit older. Because I remember Killer Cam. I remember before it was Cameron.
I remember all that too. But I'm just saying, like I grew up on Wu-Tang. So for me, Wu-Tang was my high school years. Yeah. But these kids that was at this concert at 27, 28,
it was Dipset.
Dipset was their high school years. They used to dress like Dipset. Same way I used to get my hair done like Old Dirty. I throw the grill in or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like nostalgia for them. Like, oh, shit. And he did Old Boy, and they did Hey Mod and the motherfucking gangster music. Yeah. Listen, it was a dope show, man. I cannot front. It was a dope show. Fuck. It was a really dope show.
All right, shit, man.
And then, we popped a little champagne after the show.
You guys go party after?
Nah.
Were there hoes in the room after the show?
Nah.
This dude is that's why he's going to beat all these motherfuckers. Because he literally cares about the work.
He's gonna beat all these motherfuckers because he's strategic.
He can't. But think about it.
He cares about the work and he's strategic.
It's easy. It's easier to be strategic and care about the work when you don't have distraction.
Yeah.
Right. It's like that whole Frank Lucas shit or shit. It's like Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like who took him down? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Some trifling ass chicks. So this guy's got no distractions. I mean, I'll be honest. And we've said this on the show before. I don't even know the girls Drake's fucked. How has not one girl come out and said, "Yo, I was fucking Drake. He's a piece of shit."
Mad girls Drake fucked.
Who?
He talks about him all the time.
If he didn't, what I'm saying is these girls aren't doing interviews. These girls aren't saying, "Oh, he's an asshole. He mistreated me." This, that, the other.
Good. Probably hit him with the Derek Jeter package, baby.
What? Assigned what?
Something. Leave him with a care package.
Shit.
You know what
He
I'm
gives
saying?
Canadian citizenship. Gets you some health care.
You take a girl on a trip or something. You give her a nice bag, some shoes. She'll shut the fuck up.
But then they start missing that. I feel like I don't know. There's something going on. I feel like
girls only do shit like that when you don't do things for them in return. If you're a piece of shit to a girl will be a piece of shit to you.
So you think that they don't go, "Oh, he really likes me." Well, then care package is different because a care package is a kind way of saying we're not fucking again. It's like a kind way of saying you were kind of a prostitute, but I'm not going to give you money because I respect you. Yeah. I'm going to give you something that signifies money so you know this ain't happening again, but I appreciate you.
Or you making the girl feel like, yo, the night we had together was so amazing.
Here's a signed baseball.
I love spending time with you. Here's a nice little parting gift. Not even a parting gift. Just here's something. Here's a token of my appreciation. Here's a token of my appreciation for your pussy. Okay, take this bag. Take these shoes. Let's go on vacation. You can't really shit on a dude if he treats you nice. This is what I be telling motherfuckers like Wax all the time. Mm-hmm. When you out on the road, stop taking this random pussy in the room, fucking them, and then having, you know, one of our white older friends come knock on the door and act like he's your fucking PO and that you're not supposed to have no company in the room. Okay? All right? You got to stop doing shit like that because eventually girls are going to catch on to the fact that you're treating them like shit and they're going to get mad.
Shit, bro.
Some girls just straight up get mad and that's when they blow your spot up.
So they're mad at, explain the anger. They're mad that they were treated
like. They got smutted out.
That they got smutted out. But they're okay if you fuck them and give them presents.
Make them feel special, man.
See, I think there's something off about that.
Make them feel special.
I don't know. I think that wouldn't make them feel special.
You can't bring a girl to your room, let her suck your dick.
Yeah.
And then she be like, yo, I'm a little hungry. I get room service? No, bitch. Get the fuck out. No.
Yeah. That's that. Okay, there's extremes here. You can't starve a bitch, right? But it's like, but okay, right, I agree.
You can't do shit like that, yo.
Okay, but there is a middle ground. All I'm trying to say with Drake is I think that Drake might fuck girls that are below his level because they're appreciative of being with Drake.
Ooh.
Right?
That fan love is different, show shit. It's one thing to get a dick sucked from a girl that like you, but it's one thing to get a dick sucked from a girl that listen to Brilliant Idiots or listen to Breakfast Club or watch you on TV. She just sucking your dick because of who you are. Wow. I don't give a fuck. I don't
want you to suck Leonard's dick.
Yeah,
I want you to suck Charlamagne's dick.
Hey, a win is a win. A win is a win, number one. And number two, I don't give a fuck because I'm going home to my wife anyway. If I was still living like that.
Who gets better head, though? Mr. McKelvey or Charlamagne the God?
Charlamagne the God. Listen. You know why, though? Because
Speak on it.
You know why?
Speak on it.
It's funner. And what I mean by funner is we was in Boston years ago. Right? This is literally years ago. We was in Boston. And I'm in
unequivocally.
I'm in my room, sleep. Wack comes knock on my door. I look at the people. He's with some girls. I'm like, this motherfucker. So I open the door, right? You know, the girls come in, blah, blah, blah. She don't want to do nothing but suck my dick. Right? Like nothing else but suck my dick. So Wax is in the bathroom. The hotel rooms were small because it's Boston. He was in a shitty ass fucking hotel. So the bathroom was right here. The bed's right here by the bathroom. So Wax is in the room smoking with one girl. The other girl keeps walking back and forth. She's come hit the blunt and she come suck my dick. She go hit the blunt and suck my dick. So I'm just in there laughing because I know she's smoking with Wax. So I just keep bringing her back and forth to make her suck my dick and then put her back in the room, suck my dick, put her back in the room, make sure I bust off, go hit the blunt.
No.
So it's just fun. You know what I mean? Like it's a different level.
You could get away with more.
Get away with no. I mean, listen. You should all let me phrase this the right way. Yeah. You should always fuck your wife or your main chick like she's a fan. All right.
Ooh.
All right. Okay.
So just be inconsiderate.
Smother the fuck out.
Yeah.
Don't all that.
But you don't eat fan pussy?
No, absolutely not.
But you got to eat wife pussy?
Yeah, but that's different. That's the privileges the wife gets. but you still gotta smut her out.
So you got to eat her pussy like you're a fan.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the jewel. Eat your main chick's pussy like you're a fan.
Like she drink.
Yes. And I don't even like the word fan. I just like when Ghostface said on the record, you goddamn right I fuck fans. Okay?
But why wouldn't you? I can't think of an argument why not.
Yeah. I mean, this conversation may be over some of our listeners' heads because y'all don't have fans. but this is just the inside look at two regular motherfuckers who telling y'all how this shit can go down. I don't partake anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just like to watch people in action.
Yeah.
Schultz is still out here.
Hey.
You was in London for a week. I know you.
Hey.
You was in London for a week. You fucked a Muslim?
I was out there. What?
Did you fuck a Muslim in Europe?
What you say? What? What you talking about? You're crazy, Charlamagne. I pull that burqa up. No, I was in Amsterdam for almost a week.
Oh, I know you got some pussy.
Amsterdam was cool, man. I'm not gonna, I don't speak on these types of things, but Amsterdam was cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Amsterdam got stupid hot chicks, but I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
The dudes are just as hot. I know that sounds gay as fuck, son, but let me tell you, you've never seen people as good looking in your entire life.
What?
I was walking around the bar. They're all 6'6", fucking perfect hair and shit. Like it's like I was walking around the bar like the ugly bitch. That's what I felt in the
dick
bar.
Sucked by a dude, bro.
No. Well,
what the fuck? It's like you fuck Chris Evans. This guy just described
Captain America in Holland.
What the fuck is wrong with you, yo?
Bro, no, Amsterdam was the shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you smoke some weed out there?
I smoked a little, but I can't smoke that much. Matter of fact, shout out to one of the Brilliant Idiots fans who came through the show and brought me a little bit of weed, but it was too strong. I couldn't fuck with that shit.
Really?
Yeah. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. We gotta do a show in Amsterdam. We got fans in Amsterdam.
They fuck
bro.
with idiots out there,
bro.
I don't like the word fans though. It just
we have
bothers me.
supporters. I agree with you because we've always had this kind of friendly relationship. Like it's so weird. Like after the show, I'll chill with people who fuck with Brilliant Idiots because it's like we're on the same page with shit. They understand. I like to talk about things. So in London, I went and partied with some dudes afterwards from the show, and the whole time they're like, "I can't believe this is happening," and the whole time I'm like, "Well, I don't know
why that word fan has such a negative connotation, but it just I've never felt
because you assume it's sycophantic.
Yeah,
you assume like they're kiss ass or something like that.
Yeah, I've never felt comfortable calling someone that, but I will say I'm a fan of someone. For whatever reason, it's strange.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. Like I don't have no problem saying I'm a fan of somebody, but I just don't like calling people fan
for sure
of me. I don't feel like I'm worthy. I feel like I ain't shit. I really ain't.
Well,
but I know where I come from though. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think it's just like
I still shit in public restrooms. You're not really popping
until you don't shit.
Until you don't shit in public.
You know
restrooms.
I shit anywhere.
I know you do.
I don't give a fuck. I'll never stop that.
I still shit in public restrooms.
Absolutely. I shit on airplanes.
I'm still at the stage in my life where I'll be in a restroom. Mm-hmm. Oh, I shit on a plane for the first time 2 weeks ago.
It's incredible.
I never shitted on a plane, bro.
Incredible. It's leg room.
It's the first time I ever did it. I was flying to LA and it was early in the morning and I'm regular. So meaning that like around 9 a.m.
You gotta get it going.
I gotta go.
Adios.
9 a.m. I gotta shit.
There we go.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fall asleep on the plane. By the time I wake up, I'm gonna be in LA. I shit when I get there.
Nope.
No way. Around goddamn Colorado, I felt the fucking rumblings. So I went in the bathroom and I thought about it and I looked and I saw the fucking the seat covers.
Yeah.
I'm like, that means you can shit on this motherfucker. But see, the shit that confused me, there's no water in the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, my shit probably will stick to the fucking hard plastic.
Yeah, it will.
I said, fuck it, man. I just gotta take my chances.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a shit and it felt liberating. I'm not gonna front. Like it felt like being so high up in the air and then taking a shit. And then I flushed the motherfucking toilet. I washed my hands. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to open this door and y'all going to get this whiff.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go back to my seat and act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, folks. But when I came out, nobody was looking at me judgmentally. Yo.
There wasn't a line?
Nah.
That's the only crappy part. Is when about taking a shit. No, that it's when is when you know that there are people waiting.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't like shitting under pressure. It gives me anxiety and then I end up pinching off, etc. But when I'm left to my own devices to take shits on the plane, it's just fucking incredible, dude.
You know how you keep people from coming in the bathroom? Cough a lot as you're walking towards the bathroom. Like cough crazy.
Interesting.
That scares people for some reason. Coughing on a plane scares the fuck out of people.
Really?
Yes. I did some fucked up shit the other day. We was in Chicago, man. I saw this lady with a mask on, and I had just seen this big ass sign for Zika. So this lady walks up to me to talk to me, right? She's like, "Hey, what's up, Charlamagne? Whatever, whatever." And I go, "Oh, you got a mask on?" I said, "What? You scared of that Zika?" And she looked at me and she goes, she took it off. She had these tubes going up her nose. She goes, "No, I'm just preparing for double lung transplant surgery." So I just had lung transplant surgery.
No bullshit. I'm on the flight. I'm on my flight to Holland. We had to stop in Manchester, and these two chicks who are from England are in the airport. We all missed our flight to Amsterdam from Holland. One of the chicks is fucking sneezing and coughing and shit a lot, right? And then she was like, "Yeah, I was just in Brazil," and I was like, "Well, fuck, you think you got Zika? Like, what's going on?" Joking sarcastically, and she goes, "Probably." I go, what you mean probably? She goes, "Oh, that's just fear mongering. The Zika, it's just a cold. It's not a big deal. You just get a cold, and then as long as you don't have kids, then everything's fine."
So it's a cold with a black person's name?
I don't know what the fuck it is. Yeah. All I know is this bitch was walking around the Manchester airport with fucking Zika on my flight.
So she really had it?
Bro, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
But she was trying to act like in America, we exaggerate how fucked up it is, this, that, the other.
Maybe. Possible.
Well, I fall for it.
We did that with Ebola.
Ebola killed motherfuckers.
2 people in America.
Okay. Were you going to take your chances? You going to roll the dice with Ebola?
I don't want nothing. I don't even want strep throat. I don't want nothing. I don't like being sick. I drank 2 things of Theraflu the past 3 days. I take airborne when I get off a plane. I take aspirin before I go on a plane. Like I don't play with that shit. I hate airplanes because there's such enclosed spaces.
Yeah.
And soon as a motherfucker coughs or
they
farts,
just fester disease.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you get sick the whole time when you're there. Go ahead. No, say what you're saying.
I say you take a fucking fleshlight through a plane?
A fleshlight?
Like the shit that you fucking...
A flashlight.
No, what's the shit where you can see the cum stains and shit?
No, that's a blue light? A black light.
Yeah.
A flashlight is something you fuck, bro. What you been doing? Is that in your Drake care package? Hey, bro, when you miss me, here's a flashlight. Just hold on, I'm coming home. Coming home.
When you take a goddamn black light and go through a plane, you know what you'll probably fucking see? Yes. Probably disgusting.
Oh, yeah, for sure. People get sick on that shit all the fucking time. And then we judge the Asians when they got the SARS mask on, but that's what you're supposed to do, probably, on a plane like that.
That shit causes fear-mongering, bro.
What, the SARS mask?
Yeah, man. Because you know what? I think people that wear those SARS masks are selfish. And the reason I think you're selfish is you walking around in the airport with a mask on. What do you know that you're not telling the rest of us? Why don't you tell the rest of us what the fuck you think is going on, so maybe I can go get a fucking mask too?
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I get offended by it. Like when I see like the Asian person with that in America, I'm like, you know, our air is better. Like, don't act like our air is not better. Like your air is fucking horrendous in Beijing.
What the fuck is that little mask gonna do? You're still touching shit. You know what I'm saying? You still got your other parts of your skin exposed.
Sure.
Throw the whole hazmat suit on if you go motherfucking.
Not to mention, have you ever heard a construction worker with a clear voice? They wear those shits every single fucking day, and they all talk like they got emphysema. Absolutely. So, of course, that shit ain't fucking working.
That shit ain't working, bro.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Let's pay these bills, man. All right, this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you in part by Touch of Modern. We've got the 411 on where to grab the latest tech gadgets, fashions, and decor for your lifestyle. It's all available at touchofmodern.com. You can find it all right there with the best prices available on the web. By connecting directly with the designers, Touch of Modern is bringing you products that are timeless and unique. Each piece is hand-selected and is something they believe to be an example of great design worthy of your attention.
Like the barman, fuck, man. All right, I already fucked up the read. All right, like the barman, a smart cocktail mixer, an app that promises to be the only system you'll need to make the perfect drink anytime, anywhere. Or the handmade, unique wooden iPhone and MacBook accessories from Touch of Wood. Touch of Wood. New sales launch literally every day on Touch of Modern. And you don't have to be sitting in front of your computer to get the best deals, because with the Touch of Modern app, you can check out the sales on the go. Our listeners can get immediate access to these deals when they sign up at touchofmodern.com. That's touchofmodern.com. Do it today, because tomorrow it'll be different. That's how life rolls in the fast lane. All right. So I was in Holland, right? Amsterdam. I think Holland, from my experience there, is the pinnacle of civilized society.
Really?
As we speak.
Why do you say that?
Just in terms of legislation. Because their laws are about safety of the people, not about perfection. Like our laws in America are about assume that everybody's perfect, right? They assume nobody's going to speed, nobody's going to do drugs, nobody's going to do all these things, right? Mm-hmm. We are perfect beings. We are made in the image of God. We have a lot of religious influence, right? So we should be perfect. So when we fucked up, we get punished by it. In Holland, in Amsterdam, they know that most people are not perfect. They know most people are going to do drugs. So they make laws so that you don't die, essentially. Like, how can we keep these people safe? For example, there's this music festival the weekend I was there, right? Now, when you go to a music festival out there, they know that you're going to do drugs there. Everybody does drugs at music festivals. They know it's going to happen.
Okay.
So what they do is instead of having people OD, the government allows you to send your drugs ahead of time to a lab, and the government will test your drugs for you to make sure there's not some fucked up shit in it that's going to kill you. They'll tell you the quality and then send them back.
You got some places in America like that. You got those fucking safe houses where they allow junkies to go do their motherfucking drugs so they don't share
Well, there's certain
and
states that give a needle program, that kind of
shit like that.
And to be honest, it makes sense because it probably costs the state or the country more money to deal with dead bodies at a music festival. They got to take them to the hospital, try to revive them, all this other shit, than it would to just have people doing a safe amount of drugs. Like, for example, at these festivals as well, you're allowed to take up to, I think, 2 pills to the festival. Any more, you're selling it. But they basically go, okay, how many pills can people take and not die? All right, 2 is a pretty good thing. We know you're going to take pills. You might as well just take up to 2, and then we don't have people.
I think America's doing that now with, like, the legalization of marijuana for recreational use in a lot of places.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I definitely think America's laws are for safety.
I think they're for punishment. Like, here's a perfect example.
Not for safety, because think about it. If they say the speed limit is 70,
yep,
70 is a reasonable speed that everybody can drive and not motherfucking get into accidents. Yep. And if you do get in an accident, you probably could live, things of that nature. Now, when your dumb ass does 110 and then fucking run somebody off the road and flip and kill yourself, that's your fault because you fucking broke the law.
There should definitely be laws that are made for safety. I think a lot are made for safety, but I think they're made with this idea of perfection in hand.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
So why do you think we have such strict drug laws? Like, now it's starting to change because they realize it's ineffective, right? It used to be if you were found with a little weed on you in New York, boom, you get fined. Shit, you could go overnight. You go to the Tombs. You could get put in jail for the weekend. Now in New York, if you got under like something like 20 ounces of weed on your person, you're totally fine because they realize it's not an effective way to deter smoking.
But that's with weed. With the harsher drugs, they still gonna bury your motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
Whether it's cocaine, especially prescription pills popping right now, they gonna bury you.
Well, here's the thing: prescription pills. There's no way to prove that you didn't have a prescription. So,
oh yes, it is.
How so?
If I get caught with 500 things of Oxycontin,
that's my back. I got a bad back. I got my scoliosis is fucked
They're
up.
Like, oh hell no. But I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it's just like, you gotta have strict drug laws in fucking America because motherfucking Americans take advantage of every fucking thing. You give us the inch, you take a motherfucking mile. We're going to OD. No pun intended.
I wonder if we would. I wonder. It's like, for example, when your parents give you a curfew, right? And they say you got to be home at 10:30. What time you home? 10:30.
Yeah, but if they say midnight, you might come home 11:45.
If they say you don't have a curfew, you might not even go out. You're gonna come back whenever you want. It's like if your girl said to you, you could fuck 5 girls a year. You could cheat on me 5 times a year. You're going to fuck 5.
No, I ain't fucking none. That's a trap. That's a setup, goddammit.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Ain't no laws about that shit in America.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, she told me I could fuck 5, Judge. Now she want a divorce for irreconcilable differences and infidelity.
You need
and
that 5 in paper. You need that 5 on paper.
Fuck that.
But you know what I'm saying? The second you give us permission, we're going to take everything you give us permission to do.
What else? You got to give me some more examples. What else are they laxed on in Highland?
I mean, well, weed is just legal. Mushrooms are legal. Out there, you could just do that shit. But then they got other things that are a little bit, I think, peculiar. Like, this is some shit that's happened throughout Europe right now. It's happened in Germany, and it happened there. In certain public spaces, you can't wear, the Muslim women can't wear the veil, right? The shit that covers their face, right? And I don't like the law because I think that there's no way to really enforce it. Right, their argument is we need to see people's face in certain places, right? Because for safety issues.
I agree with that.
Now, I agree with it, but here's the thing. How do you enforce that without being prejudiced just to Muslims? Right? Because what if it's cold outside? I can't just walk around with a bandana or a ski mask?
Well, that's like here in America. You can't walk into a fucking store with a mask on. Shit's on the fucking door. Don't enter here with no mask.
See, I haven't seen that.
Hell
I can walk right into Walmart with a ski mask.
I don't know about Walmart.
Fam, I can't walk into Bank of America with one, but I can walk into Walmart.
But most convenience stores, if you pay attention when you walk in, it'll say do not enter with mask on, hoodie on. And I used to think that shit was the crazy. I'm like, who the fuck would come in the store with a mask on? But then you think about Halloween, or you think about when it's wintertime and motherfuckers wear this shit. I don't know if I told you the story before. When I was in West Virginia, we camouflaged out. I'm with Shane and from Buckwild. God bless the dead.
Yeah.
We camouflaged out. I got the fucking camouflage ski mask shit on. And it's cold as fuck in West Virginia.
Yep.
So I jump out. I got the mask on. Shane goes, no, Charlamagne. Can't go in there with that mask on. You're a nigger in West Virginia. They'll kill you dead. Now, I don't know if there was a fucking sign on the door. But that was all the unwritten rules I needed to hear coming out of Shane's mouth.
Okay, so I understand your point. You're trying to say nobody should be able to cover their face in these public spaces for a safety precaution.
It's too dangerous. Nowadays, it's too dangerous.
Okay, so my understanding was that this is something specifically to target Muslims out of fear that terrorists would take advantage of the hijab.
I see that in America. I mean,
but if you're saying nobody is allowed to cover their face at all, like you're not allowed to wear anything,
no mask,
a scarf when
those
you're cold,
hoodies that you fucking put on can zip all the way up. You can't do none of that.
If that's the case, if it's all across the board, I'm okay with it. But if you're specifically targeting the veil, then even though I think that the veil, I just think it's sad. It's so sad when I see women wearing that whole shit. It just fucking it hurts me to see that shit. But when I still think it's like, so even though I'm against the idea that you wear that, I still feel like it's wrong if you're going to be prejudiced to one group. I feel like we can't pinpoint one thing. But you say it's across all.
I mean, no, I'm saying in America, I've seen gas stations that say, do not come in here with a mask on.
Okay. How do you feel about that? The veil. Like when you see the ladies dressed in the thing and there's only a slit that they can see their eyes out of.
I mean, I never really thought about it. I just think that's their culture. That's what they do.
I mean, there's cultures where they fucking throw gay people off a building. So
I mean, but yeah, that's their choice to dress. Like I never thought, like I never bothered me. Like I see it and I'm just like, okay, that's just what they do.
You don't think it's oppressive?
It depends. That's the question you would have to ask the women. And the reason I say that is because a lot of them are just born into that culture. That's what they've always done.
Right.
So to them, that might be their thing. Like wearing less than 3/4 of cloth might make them not feel like who they are. Like those people, like it's just as like watching a Jewish person with the yarmulke on. It's just like that's just what they do.
With the yarmulke.
Yarmulke, whatever the fuck, man. The yarmulke, the yarmulke on. That's just what they do. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's just their culture. That's just their custom. Like,
but do you feel like there can be things that are within a culture that are oppressive? Right? Like,
yeah.
So
I think it's oppressive when you make somebody do something.
Well, that's the argument, right? Is if you never had a choice to not wear it, then how do you know it's a choice to wear it? Like I would.
People in America make the same choice. Like Little Mo's a singer. I don't know who Little Mo. I know her boyfriend, but I don't know what religion her boyfriend is.
Yeah.
But that's all Little Mo wears now.
She wears a full headdress.
She wears the whole shit. Like it's like the whole shit coming down. Like
yeah.
She wears the whole shit.
I'm not talking about the scarf. Like there's some women that cover their hair with the scarf.
Yeah, you're talking about the whole thing with the veil. The only thing you see is the
exactly.
eyes.
Because I think the scarf is very pretty, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of hot, you know. Yeah. But I'm talking about literally covered head to toe, and there's a little slit to see out of. You look like a Pac-Man ghost.
The reason behind it is because the woman's body is a temple. And they feel like they shouldn't.
It's modesty.
Yeah, modesty, and they shouldn't show off their bodies because they don't want to tempt.
They don't want to be
lustful.
sexualized.
Exactly.
But here's my.
I actually like that idea.
See, I don't like that idea because it's why are we punishing the woman for a man viewing them as a sexual object? Like if you view a woman like that, then close your fucking eyes. Don't punish the woman. You see what I'm saying? You see how oppressive that shit is?
I'm with you, but you got a dick.
I'm with you. Look, I see
a girl walking here with some hot shorts on. You like, whoa, what's up?
Yeah, but if a girl walk around with a burqa and the wind comes and makes the ass shape, I'm gonna be like, well, what's up too?
Nah, a girl walking here with one of them veils, I'm like, whoa.
What you putting your hands up for? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Like, did anybody start you for a bomb? Like, I'm like, fuck that. That shit is scary sometimes, bro.
I just don't people make this thing like it's a choice, and it's like, if it is a choice, why is it that nobody who is not religious just dresses like that? Like, I've never seen a girl who came home from work where she was wearing a business suit and she's like, you know what, I want to get comfy, and then put on a head to toe curtain and to cover themselves up with a little slit they can see out of.
Isn't it like
So how can it be a choice if nobody else wants to do it?
Some Jewish women do something like that too.
Hasidic Jew, and I think this is silly as well.
They have
Hasidic
sex
women,
with their clothes on or something?
No. They have sex through a sheet is like a rumor, or maybe something happened thousands of years ago. But Hasidic Jewish women shave their head, and then they wear wigs, which isn't even close to as bad as the men. Hasidic Jewish men, this is absurd. They wear a fur hat. You go to Brooklyn right now, it's fucking August, 95 degrees. They wear a fur hat, a fucking full trench coat, a button up to their neck, black pants, and then some referee sneakers. Every day in 95 degrees.
But that's their culture. That's their religion. That's what they do.
At a certain point in time, Charlamagne.
Hey, I'm with you, but I'm not that. Like, I'm not one of them, so I don't know how much it means to them.
We know for a fact that there have been cultures that have done fucked up shit. Like in Hindu culture back in the day, when the husband died, they used to burn the wife so that she could be with him in the next life. Right?
That's hot.
For the wife. It's very hot.
No,
it's actually burning. That's what it is.
I think that's fucked up, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. If I clock out early,
you a selfish motherfucker. You a selfish motherfucker. God damn. You the worst. Hey, that's how, if you want to know how laws like this happen, it's because motherfuckers like...
I would hope my family would volunteer.
Shit. Listen, and if your wife dies, you would be like, hey, bitch, I'll meet you there.
No, I'm going to meet you. I'm coming too. I would have hoped my family would volunteer.
You wouldn't even move back to South Carolina.
If I knew we all was going to the same place, like, hey man, I'm going too, bro. Let's go.
Nah.
It sounds great in theory.
It sounds great in theory, but shit, we don't even know if we're going to the same place. That kind of stuff like that.
But I can understand back in the day why they would think that, because somebody told me now, if you've been married or with the same person for a long time, when you die, when you die, the wife. Hey, what the fuck? Somebody just told me this. When you die, the wife.
Fucks your friends.
No. When you die, you shouldn't get remarried.
Yeah.
Because if your mate dies, you shouldn't get remarried, because when you go to heaven, you're going to be reacquainted with your wife.
Well, maybe my heaven wants me to have two wives.
Hey, maybe. I don't know. But that's what somebody told me. That didn't make much sense to me. But I understood the sentiment they were trying to express it in.
You really believe in heaven?
No. Not as a literal place. Only because nobody's ever been there to tell me it exists. Like, nobody's ever went to heaven and came back and been like, yo, there's this heaven, there's this hell.
Come on.
Now, I believe that...
I need a Yelp review.
Exactly. I believe heaven and hell are states of mind. I believe that they're conditions that we can put ourselves here on earth.
We live in them. Yeah.
I believe there's mental hell. I believe there's mental heaven. I believe there's physical hell. I believe there's physical heaven. Like, physical heaven is, getting some head, getting some pussy.
Sure, hanging out with friends, enjoying your life.
Physical hell is being paralyzed in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mental heaven is like, waking up in the morning and thinking positive thoughts. But it's some people that's waking up mad. Yep. Like every day, waking up. And I don't mean mad like angry. I mean mad like insane, like going crazy. Like you see these guys walking down the street talking to themselves. You're like, whoa, that's a psychological hell. Yep. So I believe like heaven and hell are just conditions that we can create for each other and ourselves here on this earth. Yeah. I can't believe in a fictional place that nobody's ever been to. Yeah. Like to be honest with you, I'm surprised that shit controlled people for so long.
Dude.
The thought of heaven and hell.
It's the same thing as Trump. Trump is selling heaven right now. It's the same bullshit. He's selling
what the fuck Trump is
he's selling
Trump
heaven.
Is unbelievable.
He's selling fucking heaven to these people. It's the same hustle that they were doing before. It's like, yo, if you believe in my shit back in the day, if you believe in my shit, right, and you don't eat bacon, I'm going to send you to paradise forever when you die. And they're like, well, how do I know it exists? I got you. I got you. Same shit with Trump. Trump says, yo, listen, if you vote for me, I'm going to bring all the jobs back. I'm going to make sure the economy is amazing. I'm going to make sure America's great again. How you going to do it? I got you.
We're going to get rid of everybody you hate. Everybody you don't like. Listen, Trump is so funny, man. Trump said Hillary Clinton wants to abolish Second Amendment rights, which she never said. She actually said the exact opposite.
The opposite, yeah.
She said, I believe in the Second Amendment rights, but we just need common sense laws to keep guns out of crazy motherfuckers' hands. Like, that's just simple and plain.
Yeah.
This motherfucker said, maybe you Second Amendment right people can
do something about it.
Whoa. Bro.
Put that into context to people who maybe don't know what exactly he said.
That motherfucker said, use your right to bear arms
and kill that bitch.
Hillary. And he didn't say kill her, but use your right to bear arms, draw out on her. Same difference.
He said kill her.
Absolutely.
He basically alluded to killing a presidential nominee.
I had a conversation with somebody yesterday who's a Trump supporter. He was like, no, that's not what he meant. He meant vote against Hillary. No, if he meant vote against Hillary, he could have just said
vote against
Hillary. Vote against fucking Hillary. Or protest Hillary. This motherfucker said, I don't know. Maybe you Second Amendment people can.
Bro, people will make excuses for the shit that they believe, bro.
Listen, yesterday Donald Trump said Barack Obama was the founder of ISIS. And Hillary is the co-founder.
Well,
like,
okay.
What
Here's the thing.
Fuck?
What he's trying to say is Barack Obama's. What I understand,
ISIS came up under his regime,
and because of policies that they put in place, like by pulling out of Iraq, you cause a power vacuum, and then all of a sudden these Iraqi military who have all these, this training, etc., but they have nowhere to go, end up forming this coalition, etc. Blah blah. That doesn't mean he's the founder because it's not in his interest to grow ISIS. The founder, it's in their interest to grow this community, etc. I don't think. I
didn't know if he misspoke. I didn't know if he was trying to say Barack Obama created ISIS based on.
No, he knows exactly what he's doing because he got to speak in ways that these idiots understand.
Oh my God!
Do you know what I'm saying? That's the word. Real quick, I want to point out. I want to go back to this heaven shit real quick. Why is it? You know how people say they died and they saw the light and then they came back to life.
Yeah.
You know, some people have near death experiences or death experiences.
I've heard that a lot.
Why is it no one sees hell? We see every one of these motherfuckers. See, I die and see the light. Nobody says I die and felt the fire. No one says I died and I saw the devil, but he was like, I can't take you just yet.
Now, I've had homeboys who have said they've seen the devil. My father used to sleep with a gun and a knife by his nightstand. He said the devil would come visit him every fucking night. My homeboy, Jarrell, who's dead now, God bless his dead, he told me a story about one time he saw this black shadowy shit in a tree. He said he had a loaf of bread. He was making a sandwich. He had a loaf of bread on the table. Phone rang. He went to answer the phone. Yeah. He said when he came back, the loaf of bread was gone. And he said outside, because there used to be this big tree outside his house, he said he started hearing stuff hit the ground.
Yeah.
So he said he started seeing bread fall from the sky. So he said he went outside. Now listen, this is what I said to him. I said, so you saw bread fall from the sky and you decided to go look outside and see where the bread was coming from. Like, right?
Bro, man, so listen, is there anything y'all don't see in South Carolina?
No,
like, is there anything at all?
Place. So he said he goes out on the porch. He sees this black shadowy figure taking bites of the bread and just dropping it. And he said it looked like the devil.
What does the devil look like?
He just said he thought it was the devil.
It got horns and a fucking pointy tail. Get out of here.
That. He said he thought it was the devil. But that is a good point, though. Nobody ever said, because that would be the thing that would make you change your life.
Son, don't show me heaven, show me hell.
Yeah,
Tell me how bad that shit is. All right, bet. I'm going to heaven. Yes. No more pork.
Motherfuckers get shot in a drug deal and they come out and turn straight religious.
Yup.
Praying to God. Well, what happened?
You gotta see hell is crazy. It looks like Detroit. Yeah. This shit is wild. Everything's burning.
We got like Cleveland when LeBron left.
Yo, it is horrible.
They were burning everybody's jersey. They burned Dennis Rodman jerseys. He ain't even there yet. They preparing for him to come. Like shit would be fucked up. But I don't like. Listen, man. God bless everybody that believes in religion. That's the dumbest shit in the world, bro.
Son, thank you.
I can't. They scare you with something that you don't even know exists. Nobody's ever been to heaven or hell to tell you that it exists. Why do you think that's a literal place? Now, I do believe the way you live on this planet can create those circumstances
for you on this planet.
Absolutely. So, because I'm going to be honest with you, when I'm, someplace like Anguilla, and I'm on that beach looking at that blue water, and I'm thinking about the way I turned my life around, and I'm reaping the fruits of my labor, I'm like, wow, this is heaven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've, been sitting in that motherfucking jail cell too, thinking about the poor choices I made and saying, damn, this is hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I believe you create those conditions for you right here on this earth. Go talk to somebody who got 100 years in jail and tell me if they don't feel like they're in hell.
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Here's the thing that's confusing to me about heaven, right? Or at least let's just point out like Christianity's version of heaven. So somebody can be a fucking serial rapist. They can rape people their entire lives. Get out of jail, rape another 100 people. Get out of jail again, rape another 100 people. Get out of jail again, rape another 100 fucking people. Kill people, kill babies, and then before they die,
that pastor gonna find a way to get him into heaven at that funeral.
Accept Jesus, and then he gets to go to heaven. I don't want to be in that heaven.
Listen, man.
What do you think, he's gonna stop raping when he gets to heaven?
I tell Wax this shit all
His heaven is actually just raping all the time.
Absolutely. I tell Wax this shit all the time. The biggest piece of bullshit that they teach you in religion is that God forgives everything. If the Bible says God created man in his image according to his likeness, bro, we don't forgive everything. If I come to your house and I take a shit on your floor, you might be like, yo, what the fuck, Charlamagne, yo? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what you going through? I was sick, I'm drunk, whatever. You'll forgive me that one. Maybe you'll forgive me that one time. If I come back to your house and take a shit on your floor again, this motherfucker's never invited over here. Ever again. Don't let this motherfucker back in my house. You think God really is just going to let you sin, and all you got to do is, oh, thank you, God, forgive me. Sin. Oh, God, please forgive me. Sin. Go get baptized, all that stupid shit. No.
Yeah.
The greatest apology that you can have is through action. So unless you actually change your motherfucking ways and live the way God wants you to live from the start, you think he's just going to keep forgiving you for your bullshit?
Yeah.
Nah. I got more respect for God than to keep playing with him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that whole forgiveness thing causes people just to continuously sin because we act like we fucking playing a video game where we got
unlimited lives.
Sin.
Yeah.
This ain't Contra, motherfucker. Ain't no Contra code.
Yeah.
Like, get this shit right the first fucking time.
No, you're fucking absolutely right. It allows you to have no accountability for your actions.
None. Religion allows you to truly have no accountability for your actions because you play with God.
You literally play with God. And I'll be honest, there's always been this argument where people go, but religion does do a lot of good. It does bad, but it does a lot of good. I don't think it does any more good than not religion. Like, if you look at the countries, they're like, oh, it helps a lot of people. The countries that are the most generous to the poor, that take care of people the most, the countries that really look out for everybody in society and try to bring up the people at the bottom and give them an opportunity, are atheist countries.
Listen,
the Scandinavian countries, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, the Netherlands, Iceland, all these places do not have a religious impact in their societies, and their economy is fucking great. They treat people great. The expectation of life and the expectation of a living quality is so high. You go to devoutly religious countries that are dictated by religion, and life is horrendous.
Listen, religion is just packaging, bro. And what I mean by saying religion is just packaging, we're all human beings. We know how to treat people. Everything that we need in life, we learned in kindergarten. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't learn how to eat pussy in kindergarten.
Well, you know what I mean. Treat people with respect. Be kind. Be nice. Like, how hard is it to be a good fucking person? You know what I'm saying? So religion just packages all that for you and tells you everything that you should already know. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. When I was in L.A., we had a good discussion about this at the table. It was me, Van, and Jazz, and my wife. It was a bunch of us. And they was like, killing is natural. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, who are y'all? I don't feel like killing is natural. I've never felt like I just wanted to kill somebody.
Bro.
I've never felt that way in my life. I've never woke up with, like pussy is natural.
Survival is natural, not killing.
You're not killing. But that's what I think.
If I'm trying to kill you and you kill me, that is natural.
Yeah, self-preservation. I'm trying to get out, but not just wake up. You know what? I'm gonna drink me some water, and I feel like I'm gonna
kill a motherfucker.
I've never felt that way.
That's why if you look at like if they say stabbing somebody to death is way harder because you actually have to do the killing.
That's what made the OJ shit so fucking brutal. If you go look, and what was the dude's name that got killed?
Ron Stevens or whatever.
They said he had little.
What is his name?
Ronald
Goldman.
Ron Isley. One of the Isley brothers. Listen, they said he had little poke marks in his cheek. That means OJ, whoever killed him, was taunting him with the knife, like poking him with the knife. It's like, yeah, motherfucker,
sadistic.
You about to die. That's a different level of sickness, bro.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree. Killing somebody with a motherfucking knife, a
gun anybody could do because you're not doing the killing. The bullet doing all that shit. You pulling the trigger, boom. But a knife, you actually got to do it. And that tells me that in our soul, or in our morality, or in our brain, whatever it is, we think it's an immoral act. We think it's a wrong act. And I don't need religion to tell me to do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say religion is packaging. Religion tells you all the basic shit you already should know. Thou shalt not kill.
It's
Thou shalt not
pimping.
steal.
It's like, you know, when a pimp tells a girl like, "Oh, I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it. You give me the money, and I'm gonna give you the money and buy your shit because without me, you wouldn't know what to do with this money." I'm pretty sure a whore can figure out how to pay her rent by herself.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure a whore can figure out how to get her nails done by herself.
Absolutely.
But you're pimping me. You're coming to me and saying the only way I'll know how to not kill people is if you tell me to not kill people?
It makes me think about how fucked up the world must have been.
Bro.
In order for them to bring religion into the picture.
Great.
Like, motherfuckers must have been really savage.
Religion, law, all that shit in life is a reflection of the people. Think about how much people were stealing at a time where they said, if you steal, we're going to cut your hand off. Like, think about how often people stole that they just said, fuck it, we're cutting hands off at this point, guys. They're not going to stop stealing. We got to cut the fucking hands off. Say what?
How bad people were killing, all that shit. Yo, you know what's so funny? Growing up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, small town, population 8,000.
Now it's 9,100. I just want to point that out. A kid tweeted me and I saw that.
That is true.
He said, get your facts right.
We used to leave our doors unlocked.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, literally. Yeah. Everybody. Not just
of course.
family. Everybody in the span of the radio. I didn't even think about going in somebody's house I had no business in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think about that kind of stuff. But you know, when we started fucking putting the locks on and getting the alarms, when motherfuckers started being a rash of stealings, as time went on. Like, I'm talking about like late 90s, early 2000s, motherfuckers started breaking in people's houses and shit. That's when people started locking their fucking door. That's when people started, when, like, literally about 4 years ago, I went to my mom's house. She had an alarm system. I'm like, what's up? Like, that was my first. I'm like, what's up? Why did you get an alarm system? Like, what made you feel like you need to get an alarm system now? What's going on?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's nothing. Ma, what's going on? Well, you know, people have been stealing around the neighborhood. I just want to have one. All right, let me know something. But that's not how it used to be.
Why do you think that there was that change?
People started fucking stealing.
No. Why do you think that people went to stealing? Why was that an option and it wasn't before? What happened in the community?
I really don't know, man. I just think that crime became crime has always existed, but I really feel like, especially in our communities, crime became something so celebrated that you had to be bad. You know what I'm saying? You had to be bad. And I also think that when money became like a real intricate factor amongst kids, you know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers wanted to start selling dope to have some money. They wanted to steal to start having motherfucking money. And then you think about drugs. It's all a cycle. Like, if I start selling dope because I'm poor and disenfranchised, then I'm selling dope to crackheads. Crackheads want to buy dope. Crackheads don't always have money
to buy dope.
Crackheads motherfucking steal. So it's just all a fucking cycle.
How much of it is what we've said on this show before, which is you don't know you're poor until you see people that aren't. And now that we have the internet, it is even more pervasive, the poverty that you experience opposed to the wealth that some people do.
I don't know how people are able to front in 2016. When I was a kid, me and my boys used to share clothes with each other. Jinko jeans was hot. Cross colors was hot. You know what I'm saying? If you had a pair of jeans, you rock those on Monday. I'm going to wear them on Wednesday with a different top. Nobody's going to know, but we all going to be fly. You know what I'm saying? We used to share clothes. You can't do that now. You can't do that. I mean, we used to share everything. Hats, jewelry, whatever, sneakers. Yeah. Just because we all wanted to uplift each other and empower each other. And we wanted everybody to be fly. You know what I'm saying? So we used to share clothes with each other.
You all wanted to be fly, but you realize that you need a little help from your friends.
Yeah, because we had money.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, my boy Terrence James, Terrence's father used to work at used to own a few McDonald's. So Terrence would go to DC and come back with mad jeans. And this is how much camaraderie we had in the community. Terrence would be like, yo, come look what I got. See this shit? You know what I'm saying? You can wear that. Like, it used to be that type of shit. Them fucking HBCU hoodies that had the different colleges, Texas Longhorn shit, Raiders shit, whatever. We used to all rock each other's shit to stay fly.
Yeah.
So I think nowadays you can't do that. Nowadays you gotta go try to get money in some way, shape, or form. These niggas will rob you just to have money to go on fucking Instagram to flash with a stack. Just to flash with a fucking stack. Hey, I got $1,000. Look, hey, yo, we out here getting money. Motherfuckers live to do those kind of videos. They live to take those kind of pictures. I don't see how people front in 2016. You can't front like you're broke. Remember how I used to say you can't move to New York? Because if you move to New York, you can't front. Because it really do cost to live here.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers go out to LA. I'm out in LA doing it. And you go to their fucking studio apartment and shit like that. You can't front in 2016, bro. You just can't.
Interesting.
I don't see how you do it.
We can see through it.
You can see fucking through it.
Here's my question to you. Because you could act like religion is fronting, right? It's just a guy going, hey, no, God was talking to me. Trust me. He told me all this shit, whatever. Do you think that we could get away with that, or someone could get away with that now?
Yeah.
Well, shit, they did. The Scientology shit.
Not even Scientology. You think of fucking Charles Manson. You think of fucking Jim Jones. You think of all these motherfuckers that have cults. That's all they're doing. They're preying on people's need to believe.
Here's what I don't understand.
That's all religion is. Religion preys on people's need to believe in something greater
desperation.
than them.
Yeah, and hope. They need hope, and they need some kind of salvation and that kind of stuff. Here's what I understand. Why is there no fact checking? I was talking to this girl because I was talking about the burqa on Twitter, and she's a Muslim feminist, and she had this argument that that Islam is actually the most feminist religion, and that Muhammad was a feminist, and I had to hear her out. I wanted to have this conversation with her, and we were talking on Twitter back and forth just about it, and she was talking about the religion, and she was saying how. And there's some very interesting things about Muhammad in terms of how progressive he was for the time, right? He gets knocked a lot, but I was talking to a buddy of mine, Hassan Minhaj, who's on the Daily Show, and he was saying how like Muhammad freed slaves, which at the time was unprecedented. Mm-hmm. You know, you were a slave for life, right? He also said Muhammad made sure that women got stuff after their husband died. You know, it used to be after you died, for example, your wife wouldn't get anything. It would be passed down to the kid. But he was like, no, women can get property and these types of things. So we judge people in context of their time, right? And that is incredibly progressive. But there's still some very troubling things about, you know, women's rights in Islam, right? And just in general, you know, like in all these books, Christianity, Judaism, the Old Testament, and all of them are fucking horrendous when you really read them.
You know, that's one reason they cover them up, though. They feel like they're protecting the women by covering them up the way they do. I
think it's a very altruistic way of looking at it. I don't think it's real that they're protecting them. I think it's an oppressive way, and I think it's insecurity in men, and I think it's a kind of fucked up thing. But just talking about she was like, you know, in Islam it says do not kill anybody. You should not kill anybody. And I started going, all right, well that's true, but there are also passages where it says exactly to kill people. And I started sending her.
God. That's what jihad is.
Yeah, exactly. There it is. You know, this is a religion that was spread by the sword, like all religions, right? Which means literally, if you don't believe, I'm going to kill you, and it's just going to continue that way. And basically, I was sending her these packages, these excerpts from the Quran, and she just wouldn't accept that this was. She's like, "Oh, this is out of context. This is not real." And I'm like, "But it's in the book. It's why is it that you don't question any of the things that you like about the book, but the things that you don't like about the book, you just start questioning?" I mean, it's all
religion.
It's
like,
all of them. But why is there not a questioning?
If you like pork, you're going to ignore Deuteronomy 14. If you like sex before marriage, you're going to ignore the part in the Bible where it says don't have sex before marriage. Like, it's just that simple. Like,
but what is in humans that allows us to believe in something so devoutly without questioning at all? What is inside of us?
Because you're not supposed to question God.
Why not? Why would he give us the ability to question if we're not supposed to?
I'm with you. I tell y'all the story all the time about how when I started doing my own independent studies of the Bible and of religion, I questioned everything because it was just shit in there that didn't make sense. I don't believe a snake talked to Eve and fucking told her to eat the apple. And then when you question somebody about it, they say to you, well, it wasn't really a snake. That's just a symbol. Why does it have to be a symbol? Why can't it be? I need to know what literally told Eve to do that. Or when they say Adam and Eve were the first humans on this earth, then they had Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel, and then Cain went off and found a wife. Hold up.
I thought where the bitches at?
Hey, where the hoes at? There's only 4 people.
What the fuck? Like, this ain't Drake's green room. What the fuck going on?
And you know what they told me? Well, Cain went and married his sister. So you mean to tell me the first daughter
is incestual?
Not only that, but wasn't even worth a mention in the Bible? Like, Adam got a name, Eve got a name, Cain got a name, Abel got a name, but his sister that he went.
This bitch.
Talk about his sister that he went off to fuck. So where was she? Where did she go off to college? What was she doing? Was she on a fucking studying abroad? Why did he have to go off to fuck his sister? Like, it's just a lot of things in the Bible.
How did she know she was there? How did he know she was there?
If he had to go off.
Yeah, where are we going off to?
Exactly. How did he even know that was his sister? Like, It's just plenty of shit in the Bible
you should question. I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning it. And I'll be honest, if you get things from these stories that are positive and good, okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, but one, understand that they're clearly just stories, and
just
two,
exactly,
they're just stories. And there's like we learn things from stories all the time. There's fucking fables and kind of shit that we pass on to our kids that have good messages.
James version. No, they have a King
James.
No. They have a Queen Jane version of the Bible.
Okay,
that's for LGBT right now. Matter of fact, let me Google that. I want to make sure I pronounce that right. Because when I read that, I was like, "Go watch." Have you ever seen the Book of Eli?
Yeah, of course.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
100 years, we can create anything in 100 years from now. We can say, this is the new religion.
Yeah.
This is the Bible. This is what you should follow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the Queen James. No, matter of fact, it is Queen James. Queen James Bible. The Queen James Bible. Bible is based on the King James Bible, edited to prevent homophobic misinterpretation. It's known as the Gay Bible.
I'll be honest, I like that. I think that you could just snip a few things out of all these books, Old Testament, New Testament, the Quran, and then you could create very informative. Look, but
that's my only thing.
Here's the thing, and I was talking to somebody about this, a friend of mine, and he was like, it's easy to say, hey, don't believe in religion, right? For us to say to somebody, because we already don't believe in religion. But people refuse to let it go because they don't want to deal with that void. What do they fill that void? If my whole life and purpose of this life is to serving this person, and then you take that away from it, that's worse than any breakup ever. So what do we give people after we say you can no longer have that? If you have a meal on your plate and I say, hey, that's bad for you to eat, I got to give you something else to eat or you're going to starve. So what do we give people? I really want to know. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, how do...
you don't have to give people anything. Like,
bro, they need something else, Charlamagne.
People only need to believe in something greater than them when they don't truly believe in themselves. Now, just natural living, waking up every day, breathing, looking around at the earth, looking how beautiful it is, it has to be something bigger than us. Like, it just has to be.
Define bigger than us.
I don't know if you want to call it God, the Creator, Allah, Jehovah, whatever you want to call it, it has to be.
Why? Why does there have to? I think that's just a cop-out because that's what we do when we can't explain something with science. We just go, well, there's God. I don't think that. I don't think there's
the way the earth is, shows is just too complex for it just to be science, bro.
No, it's too complex for our brains to, like, when our brains don't have an explanation for something, we're not smart enough just yet, right? We just go, oh, that must be God. Like back in the day, oh, the seas are really rough. Well, that's Poseidon. Now we know why the seas are rough, right? Because there's storm patterns, there's channels, there's all these different things that affect the water. So now we don't need Poseidon.
They ain't figured out the earth yet. And my thing is,
but if they figured out Poseidon, don't you think eventually we're going to start to figure out the earth, and then this galaxy, and then more galaxies?
I don't think they know I don't even really think they know what's out there. It's changed. When we was growing up, it was 9 planets. Now they telling you that Pluto's not really a planet.
Yeah.
Now it's super Earths out there. I don't think they know what's really going on.
We got transplanets.
We got transplanets. I don't think they know what's really out there.
Pluto out there reading the Queen Jane Bible.
That's it. Listen, I think the biggest thing that anybody could do is just say, yo, we trying to figure it out.
But what do you give people that have that need? Like your idea is believing in self.
Knowledge of self, baby.
Right? Knowledge of self, which is fine. Okay. So what is it that you tell somebody? Let's say you're telling somebody and you actually get through to them and you're like, hey, listen, a lot of this stuff, we can show is contradictory and maybe a little bit manipulative, but I understand that by not having this as a guiding force in your life, you will feel like there's something missing and that fear might stop you, right? What do you tell that person if he's like, I'll be honestly, Charlamagne, I'm a little scared to not have this direction in my life. What do I do?
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, for me personally, I couldn't tell them not to believe in God, because I believe in God. I wouldn't even. I couldn't. I'm talking
about religion, not necessarily God.
No, I don't fuck with religion.
So what do you tell somebody who's like, listen, I want to trust you, and I see that there are some contradictions in this religion, but I'm honestly fearful. It's like a woman in an abusive relationship, and she's like, I want to get out of this relationship, but then what do I do? Where do I go?
I would tell them master self. And what I mean by this, it's so funny you talking about this, because I was just having this conversation yesterday. I hate when people are going through a lot of issues and they got a lot of problems and they go, well, I'm just going to give it to God. God don't want your fucking problem. Like, why would you want to give God your problems? That's not what God gave us brains for. God gave us brains to figure it out and get out of these problems on our own. Now, if you want to pray to a God to help you get through, for guidance to help you get through and direction, cool.
Yeah.
But don't just say, I'm just going to give my problems to God. No, those are yours.
Deal with that.
You deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like everybody should just be a master of self. That's why I study like Toltec wisdom, like Don Miguel Ruiz, when he has like the 4 agreements and the 5th agreements. And the 4 agreements are just things that you can do. Like when it says, don't take things personal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like things like that. Like those are things that I can embrace. You know what I mean? Like when it says, don't gossip. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that we're constantly always working on. But those are things that we can do now. Not praying, waiting for something to happen, waiting for somebody to come save us. These are things that you can do now to save yourself. That's why I be telling you can't save these hoes, man. That ain't Jesus' job. That's your job. It's your job to save your motherfucking self. That's why all of this information is here. You can read the 4 agreements, the 5th agreements, the voice of knowledge, mastery of self. You can read these 48 laws of power. You can read things that give you human examples. That's why I love the 48 laws of power so much. Yeah. The 48 laws of power gives you these 48 laws, but they give you human examples of how these laws were executed and how these human beings did great things.
Yes. Dude, that is, if I can respond to that, that is huge, because you can't live your life if you're looking up to the X-Men, because you don't have mutant powers, right? There's a reason why 30 for 30 ESPN documentaries are so emotional to us, because there's a part of us that goes, holy shit, that motherfucker's regular like me.
Ordinary people doing extraordinary things.
Exactly. So why would you look up to people who have superpowers when you can have idols or people that motivate you that are human just like you?
If the Bible says God created man in his image, according to his likeness, there's a reason I call myself the God. Not saying I'm the God. I'm in his image. So I can do extraordinary things. He didn't put me here to be ordinary. He gave me all the tools necessary to be great.
Okay, here's my question about God that I find very, very peculiar. Does he care? And what about you thinks that, I don't understand this idea of this God that is benevolent.
I think people give God too much credit for everything. And what I mean by that is, if you believe in good, then you have to believe in evil. And I think the one thing that human beings have is free choice, and we have our own will.
Yeah.
So you can either submit to the God in you, or you can submit to the devil in you. Like people will say things like, well, why did God allow all those kids in Sandy Hook to get killed? God didn't allow that. A human being made a choice to go in there with a gun and shoot everybody.
Okay, well, here's my question, because it wouldn't be about that. I don't think that God has to step in, right, and change a situation, right? I don't think he's not like Neo from the Matrix, you know, really literally changing history in real time.
He always comes when something bad about to happen.
It don't have to be that. But this is what bothers me about that idea. Let's say, for example, the correct God is Allah, right? 5 or 1.2 billion Muslims in the world, right? They're all going to heaven. But why would God create people in his image just to go to hell? The other 4.8 billion people in the world, right? The other 80% of people on the world, he creates just to burn in hell.
That's just what they believe. Even like Jehovah's Witness religion, they tell you 144,000 people are going to heaven.
But my point is, if God is so kind and so loving, why would he create all these people to burn for an eternity in hell? What is he must be sick.
No,
he must be sick.
That's what I mean when they say they give God too much credit. Because man, listen, when a baby is born, a baby is pure. A baby don't know nothing. A baby is an empty vessel.
Yeah.
A baby just grows, and that's why I always say watch children, because children are the way human beings are supposed to be. Children don't see anything.
Yeah, they're unaffected by the world.
They don't see nothing. They haven't been spoiled by the world.
They're not sexist. They're not racist. They're not homophobic.
Nothing. They're just kids. As they grow and we start learning all of these different things, religion, and this is right and this is wrong. We get all these different influences. Then we become these creatures that are making choices. And some people are making choices that just aren't good. They're not of God. That's it.
Okay, let me respond to that. Do you think that, okay, you know how we sit here as like intelligent individuals, right? And we think that like we're more highly evolved because of our intelligence, right? Like we can think about scenarios. You and I can strategize things, analyze situations, and we think because of that, it gives us some kind of competitive advantage in the world, right? But for example, were you nervous to have children initially? Like, were you thinking about it? Were you going, is this the right time, et cetera?
Financially, I was like, shit.
So, okay. Yeah. So if, and some people would maybe argue against this, but let's just assume for right now, the purpose of us being here is to pass on our genes, right? Like, let's just say that, right? It's to pass on our genes. You and I being, let's say, highly intelligent individuals that are really self-aware and analytical of the world might go, I don't know if this is the right time to have kids. I don't know, whatever. Our intellect is actually hindering passing on our genes. You could make an argument that being smart is actually an evolutionary default. It is hurting the species.
Listen, you overthink things.
You're overthinking.
Yo, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had the illest quote. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, faith is when you see one step but can't see the rest of the staircase and you take that step. That's true faith. That's why when people tell me, oh, I believe in God, but they're telling me all these different reasons why they can't do things, you don't really have faith. You don't really believe in God.
You don't believe
in yourself. That's the problem. You don't believe in yourself the way you think you do. But since you want to talk about God, you don't believe in God the way you say you do. Because if you did, you would know He'd have your back.
Yeah. Why don't you have your back?
Exactly. That's why like, my wife got pregnant with my first daughter. Of course, the first thing I'm thinking is like, man, I can't have no baby right now. But then I'm like, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a life. That's selfish. I'm not going to take a life just because I feel like I can't provide. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna
figure it out.
I'm gonna figure it out. We gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it's happened. You know what I mean? And that's the greatest thing I have in my life is my daughters. So it's like, and with this one, it's like nothing. Like the second one is like, okay, cool. But 8 years ago, when I got my wife pregnant, it's like, damn, can we do this right now? But I got faith in myself. You know what I'm saying? And faith in a higher power that everything is gonna work itself out. So I'm not knocking nobody that's in any poor position right now, but I guarantee you the reason you're in that position is because of lack of faith in yourself. And you got to stop turning and saying, God help me, God help me. God will help you when you help yourself.
Dude,
like it's just that simple.
Chris Rock got a great metaphor for that. He goes, if you ever see somebody on the side of the highway and their car is broken down and they're just sitting next to the car, you never stop and help them. You see someone pushing their car by themselves.
Goddamn right.
You get out your car and you stop.
Yeah.
And it's something about when you start picking yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yes.
The fucking world comes around, dude. They help. You know, like you got a book drive or you got the back to school drive. Mm-hmm. I guarantee when you first started that, you didn't have that much help.
Now
everybody wants to be a part of it. So there's something to be said about action attracts more action.
That's why protest and revolution are so good. Protest, a protest and revolution is just advertising and marketing for a problem.
Interesting.
That's it. If cops were out here killing unarmed black men and nobody said anything about it, nobody paid no attention. But when you see the Black Lives Matter and you see these guys protesting and they fighting in revolution and you know we don't want this, but when you see them attacking cops, you're like, whoa, like this some shit's really going on out here.
Yes.
So that's true. Like you need that. Like it's all promotion and marketing. So working for yourself is just promotion and marketing for somebody else to help you. You know what we call those? We call those blessings. Those are the things you give to God and you say, man, God really blessed me. And I'm a firm believer that He did. But no, you blessed yourself because you went out there and you started working and other people took notice. So then God starts moving things in your life and bringing people in your life that are attracted to your hard work. They're attracted to the energy that you're giving.
Maybe
out.
God's not putting them there. Maybe you are putting them there.
I believe that too.
By putting that energy out there in the world.
I believe that too. I just believe in a higher power. Like it just has to be, bro. I just until somebody can build me an earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until somebody can build me an earth and build me a human being. Like even the way babies are conceived, when we shoot out fucking cum and they go in a woman and then a life happens, bro, it's more than just science with that. Like that's not normal. Like that's not normal. And I guarantee you, I guarantee, I will bet 100, I can't bet because we can never prove it, I guarantee you all the shit we read is bullshit. Adam and Eve shit and Cain, all that.
Absolutely,
I
it's
guarantee it's bullshit.
I can prove that.
I guarantee
That's easy.
The creator is sitting back like,
yeah.
Really?
You think I said that?
You think really? Like for real? Like come on, really?
Who was listening to me?
I feel like when we all die,
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna go somewhere, and I feel like our creator's gonna look at us and be like, "Boy, y'all really fucked it up down there, didn't you?" I made all of y'all decided to be fly and give y'all different colors, and y'all motherfuckers just bugged the fuck. Y'all just bugged the fuck out with that shit, huh? All I did was give y'all different paint jobs. You know what I'm saying? You didn't fucking take your black car and run it into your white car. Take your white car and run it into your black car. You knew, but when it came to each other, you just thought y'all was better, huh?
I wanted to give you a little bit of individuality.
You know what made me think about that? I was in scuba diving in Anguilla. I'm in the ocean, and I'm looking at the fish. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, God only got about 4 color patterns, bro. It's black fish, it's white fish, and then it's the blue and yellow Doras and Nemos. Nemos out there, motherfucker. Like, you don't have a lot of color patterns, bro. So it's like, yo, and the black fish and the white fish was in one little ecosystem just swimming around.
God got the little Crayola box.
That's it. I didn't see nobody attacking each other, like none of that shit. The worst thing that he did, even animals.
Yeah.
It's the fucking chain of command when it comes to animals. Like, animals ain't just out here motherfucking killing for sport.
Yeah.
They're killing for survival. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not running motherfuckers out of territory just because. Like,
well, I would make an argument that animals are way more cruel to each other than we are to humans. I would make an argument that animals have absolutely zero compassion and they're fucking horrendous. Say again?
We don't eat each other.
We don't eat each other, but we eat animals.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We'll run down a fucking deer and shoot that motherfucker to eat.
But animals are literally disgusting to each other. I mean, it's crazy the things that they'll do. It's wild. So I don't look at
a vegan will say that we're like that.
But my point is, like, a vegan to me represents this type of consciousness that is far superior to animals, because they're able to sit here and go, hey, I care so much about these things that don't give a fuck about me that I'm not going to eat them so I can help them survive.
Yeah. I
don't think animals have the intellect to make a decision like that.
Animals are just smart, and they know that goddamn elk tastes good as a motherfucker.
They were smart. They would have figured it out, how to not get fucking eaten. Look, I want to ask you about abortion, because I'm supportive of a woman's right to choose. I'll always vote for that. And I kind of do it selfishly because, let's say, God forbid, I get some chick knocked up and I don't want to make it happen. So selfish, I don't want to do it. But there's this idea out here that, like, saying that it's wrong is, like, absurd. Like, if you even bring up the idea, like, I don't know if it's exactly right. And then people go, are you kidding me? How could you even think that it is a woman's right to do? It's her body. Yes, I agree that. But the only argument that I've heard so far, and I'd really like people to tweet me about this and have a discussion about this, a calm discussion, is this idea that, look, they say this, they get, listen, within the first few months or whatever, the baby is the size of a fucking penny, right? After 6 months, you can't get an abortion because the baby is got toes and shit. But for me, height.
No, not even 6 months, 3 months.
3 months, whatever it is. But for me, height.
You're killing a fucking child.
But here's the thing: height should not be the determining factor. Like, that argument right there is, it's okay to kill things that are under 3 inches, but once they're over, you can't kill it. I don't think that's a real argument.
It's just it's life.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But it's life the second that the egg and the sperm meet.
Listen, I think
fingers make it life. What about people born with no hands? People have disabilities where they're born with no fucking hands and feet.
I think it's circumstance. I'm pro-choice, but I think it's circumstances. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that just getting an abortion because you're not ready to have a baby is a good reason. Yeah, because if you're not ready to have a baby, keep your motherfucking legs closed. Yeah,
but what if you knock up some side piece?
Well, we got to talk. I said I'm pro-choice. All right? Okay, we got to talk. Like, hey, but that's still selfish, but we got to talk.
I can admit my selfishness, but I know that I am ending something. I'm not going to act like I'm not. People go, oh, it's not killing. It's not taking life. It's not killing something.
It don't feel bad, though.
But I'm not saying it feels.
I've had too.
I know, and I want to ask you about it. I'm not saying it feels bad. I think it's totally fine, and I support it. But I don't believe that you're not ending something, because clearly there's something there to end. And why is it that it only becomes something 5 months in?
Nah, it's something from the beginning.
It is. It's just
because if you look at your kids now, you're like, damn. And that's what you got to look at. You don't look at the little fucking lima bean. You think
the
about,
tadpole.
You think about this little kid who's never going to enjoy life. This kid who's never going to get to go to first grade, second grade. This kid who's never going to get to go to Disney World. This kid who's never going to motherfucking get some pussy or get some dick or whatever. You got to think about the joys of life that you're taking away from this child. You know what I mean? But I've had two. It doesn't bother me. It's just, I go on Facebook and I see the girl that had it from me and I'm like, thank God that
she had two?
No, I had two different girls.
Okay.
But the one that Wax always pulls up on Facebook and clowns about, there's no way that could have been my baby mama right now.
I bet she looking at you.
No,
like,
that couldn't have been my baby
I should have kept that
my
shit.
Twitter would be lit so goddamn much with that slander would be too much for me to bear. This is Charlamagne's baby mama. No. I couldn't do it. I saw what kids did to her body. She has a couple now. Like, no. Like, and she went crazy. She went mad. Like, so I'm glad like she had an abortion when she did. And she had it because she was dumb young. We was dumb young.
Look, I support it. I just feel like, and Carlos Miller, shout out to Carlos, he had a really funny idea about it because I was asking him about it. And he goes, you know what? You know, they say that abortion is wrong, but do you think it's right to raise a child with two parents that hate each other? And I was like, that took me for something too. I was like, wow, like in a way, you're kind of being
still selfish though.
In a way, it's not. It's compassionate because you're like, fuck, this environment is super toxic.
Grow up with a single mom. Grow up with a single dad.
I think that both of those situations are better than two parents that hate each other.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if I get you pregnant, here's the child support. Bring my kid on the weekends.
Oh, and then just be grown-ups about it.
Man.
Look, I'm supportive.
Some great parents, some great kids came from households like that.
Incredible.
Shaq didn't know his real daddy. Remember that biological song he did? I always had a father when my biological didn't bother.
Yo, is that what Shaq's eye is looking for? Like, it's constantly looking for his real dad. Hey, is that you, dad? No? Okay.
I don't know.
I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep looking.
Daddy raised a great guy. I don't have a problem with abortion. Like, it's none of our business.
I don't have one either. I just don't understand why people... I don't understand this idea. Put it this way. I don't mind terminating things if it makes life better. I actually... we do that all the time.
If we do that
in
raped.
Absolutely.
And gets pregnant, why the fuck would she want to have a baby?
Absolutely. Shit.
You don't want that. Like, having babies is supposed to be a loving thing. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to do that with somebody you love or procreate. You just feel like having a baby. You did it. You don't...
Maybe that's the argument. Maybe the argument is just, why would you want to bring someone into this world when you don't want to bring them into this world? That's not fair. Now, and I'm okay with that. That's all you need from me. It's just...
Oh, they came in... Listen, if you sneak into a club...
Yeah.
They're going to throw you out that motherfucking club, right?
You ain't shit.
If somebody motherfucking...
But you ain't sneaking to the pussy, Charlamagne. You bought bottles.
No, somebody drugs you. Somebody drugs you.
Oh, you're talking about rape.
You pass out. I sneak some of that pussy. And then a couple weeks later, I'm pregnant. That baby got to get the fuck out the club. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
And that's not a bad thing.
Not at all.
And you can't be mad at that girl. No, you should have the baby. Why?
Yeah.
I got raped. I had this baby under false pretenses.
I really think that the argument could just be, do you want to bring this person into the world? And if you don't want to bring the person in the world, why would you do that?
I agree with that. I think you have the choice. I believe pro-choice. But like I said, just fucking and, getting pregnant and you're like, I don't feel like having a baby, that's not a good enough reason for me. It's got to be a little bit deep. That's not a good enough reason.
Why not?
It's just not.
Why not? What if you don't feel like you're ready for it? You don't feel like you're emotionally stable enough for it? There's so many things that you could actually be more dangerous for the child if you bring into this world. I don't think you need more of an excuse than I'm not ready to bring into the world. But let's not act like we're not terminating something.
Listen, I know girls who I know a girl from Monk's Corner who actually had 2 kids and killed them. Like 3 or 4 months after they was born.
No.
Right? And she's out now. I forgot how much time she did, but she's out now. But it's like my whole thing was like, just give them up for adoption. Like, if you have them and you get to that point where you feel like you don't want them no more, you can't abort them then.
She did the late-term abortion.
You did the late-term abortion. You waited 13 months. Like, you can't wait 13 months to have a fucking abortion. Yo.
You saying I can't do an 8th trimester abortion?
Man,
is that what you're trying to tell me?
Like, so for people like that, either have the abortion full on early, or when you do get to that point, give them up for adoption. But people like that should have abortions.
Absolutely.
Is what I'm saying. Because she ended up killing the fucking kids. She should have had an abortion. She wasn't ready to bring kids into this world. And those kids deserved better.
Let's pay some bills up in this motherfucker.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here anyway.
Thanks again to Bevel for supporting this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots. Bevel is the first and only shaving system created for people with coarse, curly, and sensitive skin. I know everybody heard Nas shout out Bevel in the Major
album.
Key song.
Yep, Nas album done. Dope record.
Damn. Huge shout out for Bevel. Congrats to Tristan. Bevel's dermatologist approved improvement to reduce and prevent razor bumps, discoloration, and irritation. That's a reason 9 out of 10 customers come back month after month to Bevel.
And first of all, let's be clear. Ain't no salute to Tristan. Salute to Nas for finally promoting his product in a song. Okay? Let's not act like Nas is not a freaking owner
Nas,
of
we get
Bevel
it.
as well.
You know the history of Africa.
Yeah.
Sell some products.
About
okay?
time, all right? Shit. Up to 80% of black men and women experience razor bumps, and up to 30% of all men and women experience razor bumps. Invest in a razor and shaving system that does more than just keep your hair groomed. Invest in something that'll take care of your skin. Go to getbevel.com and use promo code IDIOTS to get 20% off your first month. Again, go to getbevel.com and use promo code IDIOTS to get 20% off the first month of your Bevel subscription. Now, that's it.
That's it, man.
Because we got shit to do. Yeah. It was a great week, man.
Thank you guys so much for coming out to the shows in Amsterdam and London. That shit was so much fun.
Did you get some pussy though?
Say what?
Did you get some pussy?
What's pussy, man? What you I'm a devout religious person, man. I believe in God, Charlamagne. I don't know what you're talking about with these pussy types of things, man.
Listen,
you are a crazy individual.
God invented vagina, bro.
Huh?
God invented vagina.
Shit, he did.
Listen, Brother Highest.
And he invented it very good.
Yes, he did. Brother Highest, who was an elder at the Kingdom Hall Jehovah's Witnesses, used to come to my mama's house and read scripture with me. When I started doing my own independent studies, and I showed him Deuteronomy 14:8 about how you shouldn't even touch the flesh of a dead pig, nonetheless eat it, he said, it's okay as long as you pray over the pork. I'm like, all right. So the Bible also says you shouldn't have sex before marriage. If I pray over this pussy before I fuck it, does that make it okay?
Absolutely.
All of a sudden, it was a lot of contradictions.
You got to pray over it, and then you got to sprinkle some holy water when you're done.
There you go.
You know what that holy water is?
That exactly. But prayer don't work for the pussy the way it does for the pork.
Why not?
According to Brother Highest. God bless the day.
No offense. Brother Hives was probably fucking your mom's. That might have been happening.
He was old at that. He was real old at that.
Hey, man.
You'd have to pray for an erection before you could fuck my mom. But, yo, I'm out.
Hey, man.
Shit to do.
Thank you for listening.
We got a show.
Oh, we got it. Yeah, we got a show August 27th.
Columbus, Ohio.
Make sure that you guys come out to that shit, man. Go get tickets at what is it? Go to theandrewschultz.com and there's a ticket link for that right now. But make sure August 27th, Columbus, Ohio, Brilliant Idiots Live. And we also got the show in California. That's going to be October, Halloween weekend. And we're going to go out there for that podcast festival. You'll get more details for that right now. But it's the Now Hear This Fest. And it's in Anaheim. So that's close to LA.
Right.
So we're going to be out there in the West. And then we got some shit cooking, man. We got some things, dude.
Absolutely. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. If you listen to this podcast and you think we're just a couple of fucking stupid motherfuckers who don't know shit, just a couple idiots, you're right too, because this is the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Peace.